I gave my wife an ultimatum. Either you cut off your late husband's family, or we call off the wedding and go our separate ways. I'm 28, marrying my fiancé, who's 32. Her first husband died at 26 from cardiac arrest during a routine surgery. They were high school sweethearts, together from 17 until he passed. I met her 3 years later, and she was completely honest from our second date. She still visited his family monthly, spent full days with them on his birthday in July, their anniversary in September, and the day he died in January. His mom and 2 brothers, now 23 and 28, were like her second family. At first, it really bothered me. There was so much history they shared that we'd never have. I'd see photos of them at holiday dinners, my fiancé with her arm around his mom, and feel invisible, like I was competing with a ghost. But I loved her, and spent 9 months in therapy, working through it. By year 2, I was completely secure. She was building a future with me. When she proposed last April at the Overlook where we first kissed, I couldn't speak for 10 minutes. We set the wedding for December 3rd, booked a vineyard for 180 guests, sent save the dates in July. Everything was perfect until September. I'd been picking up groceries after my construction shift. His younger brother was working the register. We'd met once at her birthday, but barely spoke. He scanned my items and seemed normal until he saw my engagement ring as I reached for my wallet, a titanium band with black inlay she saved 8 months for. His whole face changed, went cold and hostile. I grabbed my bags and left. That night she came home anxious. She finally admitted he sent her 22 text messages asking about my ring. That's when I learned she never told them we got engaged. 6 months in complete secret. I was furious and humiliated. She apologized, said she didn't want to hide me, but didn't want to hurt them either. Promised to tell them that weekend. I believed her. 5 days later, Monday afternoon at my job site, I got a Facebook message from the older brother. 4 paragraphs. He said I should be ashamed trying to replace his brother, that I'd never measure up, that if his late brother was alive, she'd choose him over me every time. Then it got vicious. She only keeps you around because you're stable. You make $38,000 swinging a hammer while she pulls $95,000 as a pharmacist. You're just a placeholder until she's ready to be alone. I sat in my truck reading it twice. Those were insecurities I'd already worked through. Having them weaponized felt like a gut punch. I showed her that night. She was horrified. She immediately called him. I heard her through the bedroom door saying he crossed a line, and if he contacted me again, she'd cut him off. She held me and promised I'd never hear from them again. 4 days later, I came home at 7 p.m. from a 10-hour shift and found my truck destroyed in our driveway. All 4 tires slashed to the rims, windshield shattered, hood keyed with replacement and deep scratches. I'd saved 2 years for that F-150. Put $52,000 down, only 9 months into payments. I called her, shaking. We filed a report. Our neighbor's doorbell camera caught footage, clear enough to show a black Tacoma at 3 a.m. license plate visible, the younger brother's truck. I'd seen it at her birthday in June. I told her, I'm filing charges. She begged me to wait. Let me talk to them first. I said no, but I'd hold off if they paid the $7,100 in damages and apologized in person. She set up a meeting Thursday at a coffee shop. I expected just the younger brother. Both brothers showed up with their mom. The younger one said I was overreacting. The older brother said I should walk away from their family, including my fiancé. Their mom sat silent. She defended me, voice cracking, said it wasn't fair to expect her to grieve forever. The older brother yelled that she was disrespecting his brother's memory, that she never really loved him if she'd marry someone else. The younger one said they were fine with her dating, because they assumed she'd realize no one compared. Now that you're marrying him, we're ending this. He looked at her and said, tell him the truth. Tell him you'll never feel about him the way you felt about my brother. She broke down, crying right there. I put my arm around her and walked her out. I told them, I'm pressing charges and suing. See you in court. We drove home in silence. Inside, I said, either they go or I do. Full no contact or we call off the wedding. She called his mom that night. His mom defended her sons, said I was controlling and isolating her from people who love her. It's been 72 hours since my ultimatum. They're calling every few hours. The older brother texts that I manipulated her. The younger one says I'm using her for money. Now his aunt and cousins are sending worse messages. I'm not blocking anyone. I'm documenting everything for the restraining order. She still hasn't given me her answer.